Until the uncle she had loved for years slapped her hard in the face and tore up the only relic her parents had left her. The girl finally came to her senses completely, deciding never to love him again and then disappearing from his world. It turns out that the girl was raised by her uncle since childhood. When she was very young, her parents, who were astronauts, unfortunately sacrificed themselves during a space exploration. It was her father's friend who took the girl home to raise her, and the girl affectionately called him uncle. Over years of getting along, the girl gradually fell in love with this charming man. So on her 18th birthday, she mustered up the courage to confess to her uncle, saying to him, "I like you." But her uncle firmly refused. When the girl asked why, her uncle said, "No means no. I will always just be your uncle." His refusal was within the girl's expectation because her uncle was originally a rigid man, but the girl firmly believed that as long as she didn't give up, her uncle would accept her one day. So in the following years, on her birthday, she would confess to her uncle. As expected, her uncle continued to refuse her as always. Until her 23rd birthday, her uncle finally relented, telling the girl that he would consider the matter once she got her doctoral degree. The girl was overjoyed when she heard this, so she studied even harder, and finally got her doctoral degree certificate at the age of 24. Thinking that her uncle could finally accept her, she happily put on a sexy nightgown, planning to give him a big surprise when he came back. Unexpectedly, she saw her uncle bring a woman home. This scene left the girl really at a loss. Then her uncle introduced to her that this woman was his fiancée and would be the mistress of the house from now on. The girl couldn't believe it. When did her uncle have a fiancée? So she quickly took out her doctoral degree certificate, but her uncle didn't even look at it and knocked it away, telling her not to have such thoughts anymore. Little did she know that the purpose of her uncle's doing this was to make her give up, and this woman was just an excuse he found to reject her. At this moment, the girl was extremely sad. She thought she was just an orphan adopted by her uncle and had no right to be jealous. The next day, the girl called the principal, saying she agreed to participate in the 869 space exploration program. This 869 program was exactly the project where her parents had died. The principal repeatedly reminded her that once she went into space, she would never be able to return to Earth. He told the girl to think it through carefully, and most importantly, she must get her uncle's approval because the startup fund for this project was sponsored by her uncle. Thinking about how unfeeling her uncle had been these days, the girl lied, saying her uncle had agreed. Upon hearing this, the principal agreed to let the girl join and told her to spend the last few days saying a proper goodbye to her uncle. The girl thought that since she was leaving, she should return all the dollars her uncle had spent on her over the years before leaving. So she found an intermediary, sold the house her parents had left her, and prepared to return the money to her uncle. Unexpectedly, when she got home, the scheming woman was having a bachelorette party with her girlfriends at home and even invited the girl to join. At this moment, the girl saw at a glance that her parents' work notes from their lifetime were being used as a tablecloth by them. So she angrily yelled at them, saying they were going too far. The smug scheming woman, seeing her uncle come back, immediately pretended